Hello there, welcome to this video tutorial where I'm going to show you how to run a doctopus script. There are a couple advantages of using a doctopus script with Google Apps. One, it allows you to take one file and then distribute it to multiple students at the same time, and it will share that document with between you and the student. So it cuts out the step of having the student to make a copy and then share it with you, because with students you want as few steps as possible. So this does it all right here. The other great thing about running the script is that it will create a spreadsheet with all the students' names and then a link to each of the documents. So you have one place to look at all the work that your students are doing, and there's even a column to leave grades and comments to yourself if you wish, and those grades and comments will be only visible to you, the teacher. So you fired up for this? Okay, good, I'm glad. One more thing before we get started. You want to make sure that you have the document that you're going to share already created and that you put it in a folder so we can identify it later when we run the script. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here I have this template, and the template has all the students' last names, their first names, their ID numbers, and their Google ID. Okay, so that's where you want to start. There's a doctopus tab right here, which I'm going to click on, and I'm going to select Launch Installation. Okay. Then it's going to require authorization, not a problem. I'm just going to click OK, scroll down here, and then I'm going to accept all of these terms. Okay. Now I'm going to click the tab again, Launch Installation, and it's going to take me through one of 4 steps. The first step is just the sharing, how you want to share the document, basically. And in this box, I'm going to click, most of you will probably want to share one individual document all at the same time. So you get one document, each kid is getting the same document. Now there's other types that you can share. In this case, you would share different documents to different kids. And that's something we can talk about later, but for our purposes, we're just going to be showing you how to share one document to all the same students. Okay. These other boxes I can leave unchecked: whole class level, individual student access level. We want to make a few changes down here, however. Column containing student email address right here. Okay. The column containing the student email address is the column that I've labeled FCPS Google ID. So you want to change that, and then everything else can remain unchanged, and we can click Save Settings. So just doing a little work here, and in a second we should be coming up to step 2. Here we are. Now at step 2, this is where you're going to tell it which folder contains the document that you've created. So that's why it's important to have the document and the folder done in advance. So it's going to ask me where I've created which folder I've created the document, and I've used this one right here. And then now that I've selected the folder, I'm going to select which document that I have in fact created, and it is all the way down here. Off screen you can't see it, but it's a demo doc that I've created right there. So now that I've selected the folder and the document that's in that folder, now I'm going to save. So I basically told it which document I want it to fetch for me. Okay, and we're going to be coming up to step 3 momentarily. Right on cue. Okay, and step 3, this is where you tell it where you're going to view the copies of the student work. What's the destination for these copied files? So often you want to put the documents that you're going to be looking at in the same place as where you store the actual document. So I've kept this document in this folder, and then I'm going to come down here, and this is how I name basically what the link is going to look like on my spreadsheet. So it's going to have the student last name, their first name, and then the name of the document. Makes sense, right? Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit techy here. Here you can see this is how you tell it that you wanted to include the student's last name. $ last with a lowercase letter, and then name with a capital letter. Then I'm going to add a space, and I want to tell it that I want to include the student first name also. So $ first and name space. So I've told it that I want to include the student's last name, the student's first name on the spreadsheet, and now I'm going to tell it basically the name of the document. So let's see, what did I name that document? Demo Sir Doc. Okay, this is just for me. Now I'm going to save settings. And now I'm up to step 4. Okay, so this basically reviews all we've added. An individual document, and we're going to share that document with each member of the class. And then it tells me the name of the document that I'm going to copy, and it also tells me that I haven't sent email notifications. That's something you probably don't want to mess with. So all I have to do now is select Run, Copy, and Share. Now this is the cool part. It's going to be taking care of business, so it says. Now if you look at the names, in a moment you're going to start noticing some changes there. And then you already can notice some changes. If you look to the right of my doctopus friend here, you can see column I where it says written feedback. Okay, so it's setting up a spreadsheet that you can include written feedback if you wish. It's already set up a column for grades. And just now you can see next to each student name here on the left that it's adding some more space to each row. And so that's what it's doing is setting up a link for Tiffany and for Charles and Daniela and all these students, links that you're going to be able to click on and then go directly to the student work so you can see their progress and then ultimately grade it and provide feedback for yourself if you wish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to continue the recording once the spreadsheet is done. So I'll see you in a second. And so after a few minutes, Doctopus is finished, and lo and behold, I have my spreadsheet here. I have all the students' names, and then I have these links here in column F, which will take me to the individual files that they're working on. So let's just say I want to check in on Daniela. I click this link, and it takes me to the document she's working on. If I want to, I can click the comment button, and I could add some comments to her if I wish. Okay, give the feedback for the student, and then I go back to my spreadsheet here, and let's say I want to leave a grade for Danielle. I'm going to leave her a 3, and in the written feedback column, maybe I indicate a skill that she still needs to practice, and after grading all the students, I might pull a small group for intervention or a remedial group where I work on the same skill with all the students who have a common need. So just a way to utilize that column. So that's about it. Hopefully you can follow these steps to run your own Doctopus script. I think you'll find it a very useful tool for storing all of the documents in one place, links if you will, where you can keep everything on one screen and check in and see how your students are doing. And it's also a very quick and easy way to distribute the same file to multiple students and to have it shared with them. So any questions, please feel free to contact me. With a little bit of practice, I think you'll be up and running with Doctopus script. Thanks for watching and good luck.